Okay. Welcome to episode, I believe, 66 of the Sunday Punch podcast. Let's get straight into it. I'm not even going to preface this with any summary of what we're going to talk about because I want to get straight into it. So last night, I wasn't able to watch the Patriots-Bills game. I was at the Illinois Governor's Conference. That's where all of the tourism clients go to receive awards. And just a sidebar here, it seems like the pandemic has put everybody on the Zion Williamson diet. Everyone's going up for these awards, dude. It's fucking wild. We also had to sit through, which was awesome, 4 straight complete bombings of a team called the Comedy Sports Team, which is an improv group that they invited into a giant auditorium where you couldn't hear what they were saying. And Mani, they bombed 4 straight times for like 10 straight minutes. It was amazing, but I couldn't watch the Bills game. So I want to did you guys watch the game last night?
Yeah.
Okay. Mani, hit me up. What did I miss last night? Because I watched the highlights. I saw the box score. I saw all the stats, so I've got my own opinions, but did I miss anything?
You missed the 40-mile-per-hour winds that completely changed the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Well, if you're going in one direction, you literally could only run the ball. If you tried to throw it, it was a mystery. So if you had it in that quarter, you would just try to take your time running the ball to have the time expire to try to flip the field, and then in the next quarter you could potentially throw it, which the Bills did, but the Patriots never did. They just kept on running it. It showed that the Patriots just, if you run the ball, you don't need your quarterback.
Well, that was my question because I saw that Josh Allen threw it 30 times. Is that just so Josh Allen has a rocket that can just cut through?
Yeah, the announcers kept talking about Josh Allen's release. He's changing his release to fix it in the wind, and the Bills just can't run the ball, so that's probably why he needed to throw. But there were a few throws. He had a couple that I know. He had one to Stephon Diggs that once he released it, the ball moved a little, and on a normal day it would have been a touchdown. He had another one on a slant in the end zone that he just poorly threw. I don't know if that was the wind, but on his touchdown, he did throw like a 15-yard touchdown. The wind really didn't play a factor, but I think on a normal setting without all this wind, I think the outcome would have been different. But that's not how football's played. Football's played wherever you're at. So it did show that Patriots can run the ball like 50 times, just run it down your throat and control the whole game of time of possession and all that. And I don't know. I thought the Bills would find a way to win. They had 2 trips to the end zone in the fourth quarter and came away with 0 points. So I think that's my biggest takeaway from it.
Charlie, do the Bills win this game if the weather isn't the way it is?
I think so. I think they do. I didn't watch much of it. I watched the end when I saw it was close.
Why? What were you doing?
I got home. I went for a run. Made some food.
More important. This sounds all more important than football.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the game at that point. I didn't have any fantasy players.
Even though we have a bet on it.
Yeah, even though we have a bet on it.
Okay, so I like to think they're here. All right, let's break this down here. A couple weeks ago, I say the Patriots are a very good team. You both laugh at me. You die laughing on the podcast. Any apologies coming my way? This is really the main point I want to get to. Any apologies coming my way?
No apologies from me because I laughed at you saying they would make the Super Bowl and not that they were a good team.
I said a very good team that will make the Super Bowl. I cut the quote off. So you still don't think they can win the Super Bowl?
No.
They're number 1 in the AFC.
Yeah, no, I don't think they will.
And why? Why don't you think that? They have just proven they've beaten you love the Bills. You said they beat the Patriots twice. I was right. You know me. I don't want to embarrass you, dude, but I kind of did.
I told you I was gonna embarrass you, Barry.
So you don't think that I'm just saying, dude. They're gonna play in New England in the cold in the playoffs. Okay, they've just proven they can throw the ball 3 times and win a game. You still do not believe the Patriots can go on to win a Super Bowl. 0% chance. You're saying 0% chance that the Patriots can win a Super Bowl.
Yes, then 0% chance.
Oh man. All right, so you're
just
saying
don't see
0.
it.
Wait a second. You're saying 0% chance. I'll put $100 on it. I give you $100 if the Patriots do not win the Super Bowl. But if I win, you give me $1,200.
If they win the Super Bowl.
Those are the current odds. If they win the Super Bowl, you give me $1,200. If they don't, you just said it was a 0% chance. You just said that, which means you're guaranteeing that they will not win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Let's make the bet right now on Sunday Punch. I bet $100 on the Patriots right now to win the Super Bowl. If they lose, I owe you $100. If they win,
you've seen my.
If they
you've
win,
seen my bank account though. That's the only thing.
I haven't seen shit. Okay, so but the problem is you just said there was a 0% chance. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So will you at least up it to 10%? Because if it was 0, you'd have no problem betting this right now.
Okay, I'd give you 5. Give you 5% chance.
Thank you.
I'm just not a bet. I just don't bet on sports like that. I do fantasy and all that, but I don't know. I don't want to become an addict.
Like me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, I'll apologize because right now the best team in the AFC, but I think in like a power rankings, I'd put the Chiefs, even though they just beat the Bills, I'd put the Chiefs and the Bills ahead of the Patriots, but I put them third in the whole conference, and I don't think I would have said that like a month or two ago. But I will say that I know potentially they could have the number 1 or the 2 seed and have home field. But, I mean, their quarterback is from Jacksonville, Florida, and he went to school in Alabama. It's not like he loves the cold. He looked like he was cold as shit out there. He was wearing like a full bodysuit. He was not prepared for the cold. He wanted to get in and out. So I know that it'll be cold in Foxborough. I don't think it'll be 50 miles per hour with winds gusting in Foxborough. So I don't know if he only threw the ball 3 times. I don't know if he's going to do that again in January when it's 10 degrees in Foxborough.
You know what it is? I just like their team. I like their football team. And I thought last night, just looking at that, just looking at the 3 passes. By the way, Denver had a wide receiver play quarterback last year. And they threw the ball 9 times. I just like their brand of football. I think they're a good football team. Okay. I am very much into the football aspect of it where they're like, whatever it needs to be done is what we'll do. Winds 40 miles an hour, we'll run it 40 times on you. And I think they can, not a major shootout, but I think they can get in. I think they can score 30 points.
Well, you say that they can win a game by only rushing the ball, and that's saying that they can win a game. What? I
didn't say only that. I mean, Mac Jones has proven that he can throw the football. I'm saying they can score 30 points with anybody.
Yeah, but you said that they proved last night that they could win the game only rushing the ball.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is they won a game only rushing the ball when the other team also couldn't efficiently. They showed they were a better running team than the Bills last night. That's all they showed.
Well, and that they have a great defense.
Yeah, we knew that.
Okay, run the ball, great defense. That's playoff football. Would you not agree?
I think if they follow, remember what the Titans did like 2 years ago when Derrick Henry, they just gave him the ball like 40 times. I think if the Patriots mix their running backs and play defense, I think they can go on a mini run. But I mean, that's all you need in the playoffs come January. I think they can go on a mini run if they just stick to that.
It's just the experience for me. It's hard to say that they'll win the Super Bowl when they have a.
Oh, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think they'll win their first playoff game and probably lose the next one. But I don't think they'll.
I just don't see them against the likes of I don't know who else. Patrick Mahomes. Who else is in there?
Oh, you mean Patrick Mahomes, who threw for an interception, barely did anything against the Broncos. It was Teddy Bridgewater's ineptitude that really.
Yeah, but when you
lost
get to
that
the playoffs, it's a whole different story. It's experience at that point. And yeah, they have
game.
Bill.
Right. Bill Belichick has none of that.
I literally just said they have Bill. But it's the core.
I told you I was gonna embarrass you, Barry.
Yeah, they got no experience except for that guy that's coached for 35 years.
It's the quarterback. See, I think you still think.
Oh,
Tom's
did he
out
not?
there.
Wait a second. Did Bill Belichick not win with an unproven quarterback? I believe his name was Tom Brady back in the day, and he won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah,
Mac
what-
Jones.
Remember he came in for
so you
Bledsoe?
okay? So you're saying right now, Mac Jones has the potential.
Is as good as Tom Brady was when Tom Brady came in and they won a Super Bowl versus St. Louis. Yes. Did you? I know you.
Bold.
Okay, that's your
bold.
problem. You guys are too young. Okay. You didn't see Tom Brady was not the Tom Brady that he is now, throwing 4 touchdowns versus the Atlanta Falcons. Okay. Tom Brady was a guy who's going to come in, he's going to throw 15 to 19 times, and they're going to play defense, and they're going to play very sound football. They're going to run the ball, and they won a Super Bowl doing that. And I think Bill Belichick can do it again. Because right now, the Chiefs that you mentioned are not the Chiefs from 2018, 2017.
I'm not saying the Chiefs as a whole. I'm saying the experience that they have. And yeah, you have Bill Belichick, obviously, that's experience, but he's not the one out on the field. I mean, he's going to be a significant factor come playoff time, but I think that there's more experience. I mean, the more I think about it, the AFC, there's less experienced quarterbacks. I would say in the NFC, they would stand no chance.
But then they'd be in the Super Bowl, and then any given Sunday, anything could happen.
That's true. That is true. But I mean, we'll see. I don't think they'll make. I think they're a great team, and I think that they're going to be great for the next couple years. I mean, we'll see if Mac Jones is the real deal. I mean, he doesn't even have that many good offensive weapons besides his running backs. And I guess, huh?
Right.
And Nelson Aguilar. Yeah. But yeah, I admit I was wrong in saying that the Patriots weren't a playoff team. They've proven that they're a great team, and they're literally the epitome of a team, and showing that football is a team sport. I mean, you look at defense is significant. They have a great special. They have the best fantasy kicker in the league, so it shows that he's knocking them.
Oh, I know that. I have him on my fantasy team. What I would say to you, though, is name the weapons that Tom Brady had when he won a Super Bowl the first time.
True. It's true. You make a good point.
All I'm saying is you gave him a 5% chance. I'm putting it more around 50-50. They're a good team, dude. They're a good football team coached by arguably the best coach of all time. And I would like to say this. This is the main pickup from the Patriots Bills game. I'm glad that Bill Belichick is doing what he's doing now, and I'm glad that Tom Brady is doing what he's doing now, because if they would have stayed together, okay, the whole thing would have been the debate of, oh, was it Belichick? Was it Brady? I'm glad they had their breakup, because now we know Brady was great. Belichick is great. They're both great. I think the breakup was the best thing to happen to both of them.
How crazy would that be, though, if the years after they leave each other, that Tampa wins it all and then New England wins it all? That would be wild.
Yeah. And astronomical odds.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to make it, they're not playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I would root for the Patriots.
We'll get to the Eagles, dude. But just to put a button in this one for the Patriots, if you're an O lineman in this game, David Andrews, the center for the Patriots, says, that was the most memorable game of my career. I mean, can you imagine going to the game? Because you know Belichick said, we're going to pass the ball probably 5 to 7 times. And as an O lineman, you got to be like, Oh, fuck yes. I mean, if you're N'Keal Harry, you're probably like, oh shit. I heard he had a fuck up, but I didn't watch the game, so and Charlie didn't either. So, Monty, did N'Keal Harry have some sort of fuck up in the game that cost him 7 points?
I don't remember, but I know they kept
fumbled a
on.
punt.
Oh,
he did?
yeah, he did. There was a punt, and then it bounced, and off the bounce, it hit his head, and he just looked really dumb, and then he just didn't go to pick it up, and then the Bills players just jumped on, and that's how they got their first touchdown.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I will just cap this off with, I was a wide receiver playing football when I was in high school. So I like passing the ball a lot, but watching it as a fan, I love tough, hard-nosed football. That's why I love the Ravens. When you can just run the ball and you can do nothing about it, that's the kind of football that really turns me on. And I don't want to say that, lightly. I don't want to, because I'm not attracted to the NFL football players, and I would never be, as Young Thug would say.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
Anyways, so if you haven't heard Young Thug's album Punk, by the way, check it out. We talked good football. Let's talk bad football. Did I not call the Vikings? I mean, being a Vikings fan must be like waking up in the movie Saw every single day. I mean, you just must be like you're fighting for a playoff spot if you're the Vikings. You're favored by 7 versus the Lions, and you somehow find a way to fuck it up. We said to stay away from this game in our Click It to Pick It, but we did all watch this game together. Were any of you surprised by the outcome?
No, I could have seen it coming. Obviously, didn't I? If I had to put money on it, I'd put it on the Vikings, but I knew that there was a possibility. It's they're in the same division, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The Lions and the Vikings, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
The Lions are not statistically eliminated from the Super Bowl yet, by the way.
The Vikings?
Just in case you
Or
want
the Lions?
the Lions. If you want to put 100 down, you could win $1 million if you bet on the Lions.
I could see it. Quintez.
I can see it.
Yeah, Jared Goff. He's been to the Super Bowl before.
Let me break down this game. I loved the game because, okay, the Vikings fall behind, right? Then they start blitzing Jared Goff, and then they come back. They missed 3 2-point conversions throughout the entire game, by the way. And then on the final drive, instead of doing what they had done to win the game, basically, they go ahead, they win the game. They now start playing, and this is the classic debate that happens in all living rooms, within families, with friends. Why the fuck do you play then prevent defense versus Jared Goff, who has proven time and time again that he does not know what to do with a blitz? He doesn't have any wide receiver weapons. Name 2 wide receivers on the Lions. And then you're like, yeah, never mind. We're going to bring in 8 defensive backs. We're going to give you all the way down the field. And then on the final play, we're going to allow a curl route. We're going to put out 8 defensive backs. And then we're going to say, hey, Jared Goof, go ahead, bring it back in the shotgun and throw a curl route. Half the Vikings are playing the back of the end zone as if he's going to throw it to Hawkinson on a fucking jump route. He throws a curl route. They lose the game. It's classic Vikings. And then Of course, Detroit celebrates like they just won the Super Bowl, which basically is their Super Bowl. But why do teams continue to do this? Why do they play prevent defense on the last drive when you have just proven to yourselves, oh, fuck, we were behind and we blitzed and now we've caught up? Now let's go back to the shit that we were doing that was not working.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Zimmer gets fired mid-season. That was pretty bad. I mean, this Thanksgiving dinner with my family, that was the main topic of discussion. We were like, Goff can't handle the blitz. Like,
that was the main. Yeah. Usually at my Thanksgiving, we're arguing about politics within 5 minutes. You're like, why can't Goff handle the blitz?
My mom was like, yes, he can. And then my dad and I were like, no shot.
Is your mom a Lions fan?
You think I'm serious?
I did for a second. I did.
You literally mentioned it earlier. You said that's the topic of discussion.
Everybody at Thanksgiving. Oh, and that game didn't even happen. Oh, okay. I got you. I'm lost. You got me on that one.
I also wasn't even with my family for Thanksgiving.
Dude, this is like, there's so many twists and turns in this podcast. You're like M. Night Shyamalan right now.
I've been dead this whole time.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
I just wanted to play that one more time.
But after that Lions win, I'm sure. What's their coach's name? Campbell.
Dan the Man. His name is. Excuse me. His name is Dan the Man Campbell.
I'm sure he went into the locker room and gave a Joe Namath-like speech.
Dude, he was super emotional, just like Joe Namath.
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
Yeah, Dan Campbell could not care less about the team struggling. He did get emotional after the game, but it was because of the one of the many shootings that happens throughout the United States. I forget which one it was, but he was emotional after the game. But it will not save his job. He will be fired. A bowl of where both coaches will be fired at the end of the year. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Zimmer sort of has to get fired. He hasn't really done anything with the Vikings. I know they made it to the NFC Championship.
Then they got clapped by the Birds.
Yeah, but since then,
I don't remember that one.
Minnesota needs a new quarterback. I think they need a new coach because they just – if they stay where they're at, they'll just be below average and won't get anything done. They just need some type of change.
It's funny you say that because Kirk Cousins again put up Hall of Fame numbers by throwing 340, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But somehow he just makes like 2 to 4 plays a game where you're like, what are you doing?
He fumbled the ball.
Right. He'll do something like that. He'll fumble the ball, and it's just like, I'm not backing down on that. Kirk Cousins will make the Hall of Fame. He'll be in Canton. And you'll just be like, some kid will be walking through Canton one day and be like, hey, Daddy, who's Kirk Cousins? And you'll be like, a wildly average quarterback who just sort of existed for a long time.
He's
long enough to be
game.
In Canton. I know. It's wild. It's wild that he'll have a statue of himself there one day.
You like that?
No, I don't think. I know he puts up the stats, but he's trash. He can't make it. They have to just deny him.
Well, okay, let's end the Vikings game, the Vikings segment here with Mike Zimmer will be fine because he is dating a supermodel, a Maxim supermodel. Did you know this, Charlie?
Did not know that.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer is dating a super hot chick. So he'll get fired, but he'll be fine. Or will he? Will she break up with him immediately after he gets fired?
Isn't he like 660 or something like that?
Yeah, he's like 600. Yeah, he's 660 years old. Anyways, moving on. Well, what's wrong with that, Monty? What, a 60-year-old guy can't go with a supermodel? That's like my life plan.
I mean, we know why she's there. She's trying to collect the bag.
Clock the bag?
Collect the bag.
Oh, I thought you like had a new slang. I thought you were a young thug for a second, dude.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
All right, hey, moving on. Let's get on with it. Hey, 2 Eagles fans on the podcast here. Gardner Minshew, what are your thoughts?
I mean, we beat the Jets, so I mean, he did his job. I don't think there's a quarterback controversy.
You still like Jalen Hurts?
I mean, for now,
you
yeah.
love Jalen Hurts.
No, out of these two, I'd pick Hurts. I don't think either of them is the long-term solution at quarterback for the Eagles. I don't know who is, but the way Philly works with quarterbacks, I feel like we just cycle them in and out, and we don't know who we want at quarterback. So, but I mean, regarding Minshew, he did his job. He played well. He threw the ball well, but it was the Jets, and I think the Jets are one of the worst teams in the league. So, I think Hurts comes back this week, but I mean, credit to Minshew for doing his job. That's what was asked of him.
Right. You want Hurts to start over Minshew? Yeah,
I'd have Hurts. I feel like there's more potential. I don't want to say we know what Minshew does, but you're not going to go far. Not saying you can go far with Hurts, but I think Hurts can have a higher potential and a higher ceiling than Minshew.
Charlie?
I agree. I like Hurts. I think Howie Roseman needs to go. Howie Roseman needs to be gone. Our GM.
Wait, who? Your GM.
He's our GM. But one thing that he has consistently done well is pick good backup quarterbacks. And I mean, we've seen that with Foles. We've seen that. Hurts last year. I mean, he ended up.
Was your no? Some of your staff came from Indy, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. The reason you guys traded for Minshew is because he lit up Indy when he was with Jacksonville. So you traded for him. That's what I've heard is the starter to why they traded for Minshew.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco was our backup quarterback at the time.
Joe Flacco, he's an elite quarterback. Many people are saying this. An elite man, a wonderful man. Met him many times. No one's talking about it. I love the man. He's very elite. That guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Super Bowl winning Joe Flacco.
You like Jalen Hurts better than Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, I do. I think you disagree.
I disagree. I think that Gardner Minshew can get the job done more than Jalen Hurts can. And I've watched, knowing you guys, hanging out with you guys, I've watched a lot of Philadelphia Eagles games. Jalen Hurts, he doesn't even start playing until after halftime. I don't think you can run the amount of plays. I don't think the team gets as fired up about Jalen Hurts as about Gardner Minshew. And I don't think either is the answer in the future, but I think if you want to make a little bit of a run right now, you should go Gardner Minshew. They're not going to do it. They've already come out and said they're not going to do it. But I just think it's like, you've seen what Monty, you just said, oh, you know what Gardner Minshew is going to do. You've seen what Hurts is going to do.
No, Hurts has he's played less than a whole season in his whole
Did you
career.
watch the Giants game?
I mean, he's only young. He's young. He's only in his second year.
I'm tired of the young argument in every sport because it's like, oh, he's young. Look at his potential. How many times has potential actually panned out?
I mean, off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but I still think it's a credible argument to say that.
You guys should know the potential. You guys are still hanging on to Ben Simmons like he's the next Messiah. It's like, he's young. He has potential. He's not good. He's never going to be good.
That's like Jalen Hurts refusing to throw the ball. It's essentially the equivalent.
Well, no, I mean, it'd be like Jalen. No, it is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the Ben Simmons of the NFL. A lot of potential. When he throws the ball, you don't know where the fuck it's going.
He is very inaccurate, but I mean, you just got to work on it. But that's where I think the potential comes in when you practice.
I expected more from Eagles fans. I expected fire Brimstone, get him the fuck out of town. You guys are like, let's give him another 2 years. We'll see what happens.
No, I mean,
this is what I think. I think we're not winning anything anytime soon. I think we need to avoid another QB controversy. I don't think either Minshew or Hurts will win us a Super Bowl, but I think we've invested in Hurts. I think Hurts has potential to improve. I think he's shown flashes. So has Minshew, but I think that we need to not draft a QB in this upcoming draft. I'd rather go with one of the two. I don't care who it is, but I don't want both of them on the team and have Gardner Minshew starting. That's just the QB controversies need to stop. We need to pick one person, go with it. If we don't like him, draft another person, but not in this upcoming draft. I don't like the QB options. I think it's better to use our 3 first rounders to either trade for a proven quarterback or bolster the defense
who would be your number 1 pick as proven quarterback to trade for with your number 1 picks?
It depend on how much we'd have to give up, because I don't want to give up all 3, because we obviously
you'd have to give up 2 number 1 picks.
Who would I do? Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You want Russell?
I'd do Russell Wilson.
If it took 2 first-round picks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Monty, you in on that?
Yeah, that's why I said earlier, I don't think either of these quarterbacks are the solution. I would trade 2. And I mean, even at a point, I would consider trading 3. I know that's a lot, but I mean, with the Eagles draft picking, I don't know who the hell they're going to pick, and they're going to be off the team in 3 years, so I wouldn't mind giving those picks up. I know Wilson's 32, but I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers, look at Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Even people were playing until they're older, so I think he still has 6 years that he can play well. I know if you look at the Buccaneers, I know their team was already good, but the Eagles have a solid O-line. I think that's our biggest strength. We have position players on offense and defense. We don't have a lot, but we have a few. So if you get a good quarterback, and it's all coaching, and I highly doubt Sirianni. I know he's not the person for the job, but that's why I think Roseman needs to be gone, so then a new GM can hire whoever they wanted as coach. But I think it's quick to turn a roster around. You could see that the Buccaneers did it and other teams do it. So I would easily trade for Russell Wilson.
And I'll give you this. Well, would you want him fired before this trade?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this man runs a high school offense. I don't want him.
No. I meant the GM.
Oh yeah, no, I think he should have been fired last year.
He's been fine at making trades. He's made some pretty good trades actually for the team. However, I mean, look at the Darius Slay trade. That was that benefited us. Traded for Jay Ajayi in the Super Bowl. He was a contributor, obviously not long term. I mean, he traded for Minshew. We gave up next to nothing for Minshew, and that's a great backup QB.
I mean, you just can't evaluate talent.
He cannot draft. Yeah, he's terrible at drafting.
We've touched on it many times. Rieger, or whatever the fuck his name is, over Justin Jefferson. That's almost unforgivable.
That one, and then Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf, which I don't know what he was thinking with that.
That one sucks, but I'm slowly becoming less of a DK fan.
Right.
He's very emotional in a negative way, I would say. And he's good, but
he's better than Arcega-Whiteside.
He is better than Arcega-Whiteside. I would rather have him than Arcega-Whiteside, but the Justin Jefferson.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who Arcega-Whiteside is.
He hasn't done anything to put his name.
And I play fantasy football and I study the game. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about right now.
Exactly.
We picked him in the second round, a couple picks before DK, and the reason was because DK's route running ability, and Arcega-Whiteside's ability to like play like they said, play basketball on the field, like just jump and high point the ball, which he can't do that for his life. So
I'll tell you what, if I have to hear about this basketball comparison one more time,
it's
like
valid though.
every single time,
6'4", like 6'5", he can jump.
Every single time one player plays basketball, and I don't even know if Arugula-Whiteside did this, but every time they play basketball, it's like, did you know he played basketball? You can see the box out here. It's like, oh, here we go. All right, I want to do this segment real quick because I think we're done there. Philly has problems.
That's fair.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Okay.
No.
Gardner. All right, let's go. Let's go through. I want to do a little segment right now called Gardner Minshew or. All right, let's go through Gardner Minshew. I don't want to go
this
through
right
a bunch
now
of
or
teams.
long term?
Long term.
Next few years. I don't want to say like you're pitching your wagon to Gardner Minshew, right? But a couple of these teams, it's like you're not going to draft a quarterback either. So what are you doing? You know? All right, Gardner Minshew or Sam Darnold in Carolina.
Minshew. Yeah,
Cam
Sam
Newton
Darnold,
too?
his team goes. Minshew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild because they traded a lot for Sam Darnold.
He sees ghosts. I don't want him.
Sam Darnold. Is Sam Darnold done, by the way? Quick take.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done. He might get another chance, but he will be a backup or out the league soon.
Okay, Gardner Minshew or Teddy Bridgewater?
Minshew.
We've seen Bridgewater.
You got to think that Denver wins one or two more games with Minshew, right?
Yeah, I think they probably beat the Eagles if they have Minshew. But I mean, the Broncos have won. They beat the Chargers, so I don't understand the Broncos.
I don't understand the Chargers. Gardner Minshew or Ben Roethlisberger, or as we like to call him here on the SVP, Big Rape.
Minshew.
I agree.
Yeah, Charlie, we can't hear your nod. Charlie's just nodding. Yep. All right. Dude, we're 3 for 3 with Gardner Minshew, and yet you think Jalen Hurts is the future. Gardner Minshew or Jameis Winston?
I'm taking Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
Really?
Wins. Yeah, I think he got his LASIK eye surgery. I think he can still throw the ball.
I just love Jameis.
Oh, my God. Another rapist, by the way. Gardner Minshew or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
No. Oh, here we go again. Oh, he's young.
No,
he's young. He has potential. Here we go.
Like
Jacksonville literally traded Gardner Minshew so they could start Trevor Lawrence. Why would
how's it been working out for you?
They'd have 0 wins if
He
Minshew.
sucks.
I know. I just wanted to put it in there. All right, Gardner Minshew or Baker Mayfield, our favorite quarterback here on the SVP, Baker Mayfield.
I think Baker Mayfield's trash, so I would go Gardner Minshew. Even that's not even something I would want to pick.
Same.
Okay, because that leads me to my next point. What is the plan? And let's talk about it, like, because I love talking about Baker, obviously, on this podcast. What do you do with Baker Mayfield? Seriously,
you let him walk.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying him $30 million. He's not worth that, and he's gonna want all. I mean,
but
maybe
he doesn't get. But wait a second. But he doesn't get paid $30 million somewhere else.
I think he might. I think a quarterback hungry team says, "Oh, look, it's the former number 1 overall pick. Let me go throw some money at him and see what he can do for 3-4 years." I mean, Kirk Cousins got 80-90 million after like a couple
Kirk Cousins is a Hall of Famer.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer, dude.
So I think, teams would give money to Mayfield, but if I'm the Browns and what he's asking, he's not even. We run the ball. That's our main focus. I know you don't pay running backs, but I'm not going to pay a quarterback on a run-first team like 30-something million.
I don't know what they do in Cleveland. They're in such a predicament. I'll be in Cleveland, by the way. Look for me. I'll be in a giant orange pimp coat in Cleveland, 50-yard line, five rows up, watching the Baltimore Ravens Cleveland game. I'll tell you what, Baltimore Ravens. I'm skipping ahead, but Baltimore Ravens are favored by 1. Oh my God, jump all over that line. But anyways, moving.
Last time I checked, they were underdogs.
Did it move? Did the line move?
Yeah, I think it did move.
Oh my God, jump on it immediately. Anyways, but I don't know what you do with Baker Mayfield. So you think he walks, Charlie?
Yeah.
If you're the Browns, are you willing to go into the dark future of, oh, wait, we got it wrong once again? Or do you just say, this is our guy, we're going to pay him, we're going to bite the bullet here, we know he's not the man, but at least he's better than fucking... who's one of their last guys? At least he's better than Deshaun Kaiser. Isn't that right, fans? And then they all say, yeah. Isn't he fun to watch on the commercials? And then the fans are like, okay. And then you're like, all right, well, we're not going to win a Super Bowl unless we have a great defense and a good running game. But at least we don't have to go back and to the fucking dungeon and start from the ground up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they'll sign him if they don't have another plan. But I think they'll do what the Rams did. And you know how they gave Goff that extension and they probably knew he wasn't the man. And then they found a trade partner with the Lions and they got value. I know they had to give up a lot and it was hard to trade his contract. But I think if there's no better option, you might as well pay him, get him under contract, and then hopefully flip him. I know you're going to probably have to take cap space or give up draft picks to even trade him and get his contract off. But, I mean, he's a better option than having no one.
Charles?
I agree with Mani. I mean, they have a couple options. I mean, they could even maybe be in a I don't know what their draft pick situation is, but they could potentially trade for a better quarterback. But yeah, I don't think Baker Mayfield is the guy. I think that they have a good defense. I think that obviously of the best running back combo in the NFL. Wide receivers. I mean, they have top 2, top 3 tight end in the league.
Well, it's always Njoku time. All right, speaking of that, let's get to that. Njoku time here on the SPP. This is where we predict David Njoku's stat line of the week. And they're going against the Ravens, folks, so you know it's going to be a showdown. Let's get to Njoku time.
Muhammad Wilkerson, David Njoku's 3rd touchdown catch of the season. That's a beauty.
Spiked it right into his butthole. Anyways, so what are we going with Njoku time? Stat line of the week. I'll start, actually. David Njoku has 2 catches for 18 yards.
I'll do one catch, 7 yards.
I'll say I got it right somewhat last time we did. I said 2 for like 22. He had 2 for 20. So I'll do 2 for 22 again. Hopefully I can get some goodness with that.
I'm just glad that
not allowed on Njoku time. We can't have repeat.
Oh, you can't repeat it? 2 for 21.
All right.
I'm glad that Monty's paying attention to this, because as soon as I pick, it exits my brain and I don't even pay attention to Njoku. But I'll be there and I will remember these picks for sure. Okay, so we're done with that. Before we get to our click it to pickets, our guaranteed, our locks for the week. By the way, I've only lost once. I'm 4-1. If you want to make money, listen to me. All right, look. Before we get to this, Charlie came into my office today and said,
"How are you 4-1?"
Because we've been doing this for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm 2-4.
Then I'm 5-1.
Yeah,
I've only lost one time. I think I was in Mexico. You guys did one with that.
I've won 2 in a row. Just want to point that out.
We're all pretty like fucking on the money. Wait, Money,
I had your
you
Ravens.
picked the
Your
Ravens.
wanted to come through and mess it all
What
up.
did you think of that 2-point conversion call?
I mean, I like it. I like it, but if I'm the Ravens, like, you force overtime and you should be confident in your team. The Steelers, like, I know John Harbaugh said, they wanted to take a chance and take a risk, and I saw something they knew Marlon Humphrey was out, so they were getting beat in the passing game, and they didn't know if they could stop them in overtime. But
right.
I mean, I would trust my quarterback Lamar Jackson over Roethlisberger, and that's not saying much, but I mean, I would have taken it to overtime.
I'm of this. You would have taken overtime. I'm in the same thinking of John Harbaugh. It's like, let's go ahead. I trust my dog, the Dark Knight, Lamar Jackson. Let's go for it. They've done it before, and it's worked. Lamar wanted to go for it, and so it was like, let's go for it. I like the call. My brother was texting me. He's like, "Oh, dude, that's like playoff seeding." I'm like, "Oh, like when we had the number 1 seed and got our ass smacked by Tennessee." Shut the fuck up. It's like, it doesn't matter. So to me, it's like, Humphrey we knew was out. So it's like, what do we want to get our someone else injured in overtime? Let's go for it. Mark Andrews had it in his giant paw. Most of the times he catches that. I think it was a great play call. And fuck it. Do it in the playoffs too. If you're going to do it in the regular season, do it in the playoffs too.
Credit to TJ Watt. I know he came on the play and he caused Lamar to try to fit the throw in, and he just dominated the whole game. I think he had 3 or 4. He had crazy amount of sacks and big plays.
Before everyone gets on this Lamar sucks train, which is what everyone's loading up on, Lamar has no time to throw the ball. And it's like, it's ridiculous that he's actually been doing what he's doing. I love Lamar Jackson still. I still believe in him. Charlie, 2-point conversion, good idea or bad idea?
I think so. I mean, you look at the play, it should have worked. It was a bad throw that he technically still could have caught. I mean,
yeah,
they saved those plays for those times in the game. They have a play that you like. They play in the playbook that they don't run all game because they know it's going to work. I mean, yeah, I think it's a bold call. I mean, I think they're a good team, and they were already banged up from the game. I think that, yeah, I like it. It just didn't work out.
Anyways, so before we get to our click it to pickets, Charlie came into my office earlier today and was like, dude, Daryl Morey is going to look like a genius at the end of this Ben Simmons thing. Why did you say that?
Because a lot of names are slowly becoming available in the trade market.
Say some of the names.
Domantas Sabonis, which is crazy. I wouldn't have seen that happening. Gonzaga guy. You're casual if you don't know about him, by the way.
No, I know about him. But
yeah, that like, face tells me otherwise.
Well, no, it's like, oh, he's better than the 3 guys like that I mentioned when we discussed this earlier on the podcast. Not this podcast, but
well, he was earlier. An all-star last season. He's young.
You laughed at Miles Turner, but Sabonis is the answer.
Sabonis is way better than Miles Turner.
Moving on, another name.
Well, another Pacer, Karis LeVert, who I like.
So I bring up one Pacer, you laugh at me, and you're like, we'll take any other Pacer.
Yeah, well, we have Embiid. We don't need another center that's injury prone.
You just said Sabonis.
I wish I could play the embarrass you thing right now because I would.
You just said Sabonis.
Okay.
I told you I was going to embarrass you, Barry.
Here's the thing. My point isn't that we're going to trade for Sabonis or LeVert. My point is that names that weren't available earlier in the year are slowly becoming available. And the Wizards have lost 8 of their last 10.
The Wizards?
Yes. Remember you talking, the Wizards are good. They're the number 1, blah, blah, blah.
They were good.
What
good
if they keep losing? Bradley Beal wants out. There we are. It's good to wait. More names are going to become available. I'm just
okay.
They also
on your own podcast.
The name.
I told you I was going to embarrass you, Barry.
Keep going, Monty.
They name dropped James Harden. They said if it doesn't work out in Brooklyn, they said Philly's always watching it. So I mean, that's just the same thing. The longer.
Oh my God, Daryl Morey still has a boner for
I think
fucking
that's
James Harden, dude.
Yeah, he enjoys
still
good
trying to-
players.
Yeah, he's trying to get. Oh
that's
yeah,
his
I
main
bet you he
target.
enjoys big players.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
I bet you he enjoys big players big time.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
I bet you late night texting with James Harden, bro.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
What was that other one?
That was from me and Aiden Grogan talking about transhumanism. You want to watch a robot? Oh, we knew it won't go be gay. All right, so wait, what were we just? James Harden. You guys
You just
still
got
are
embarrassed.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna
You guys
happen.
are still thirsting after fat James Harden. You want to cuddle with fat James Harden.
I always knew I wasn't gonna be gay.
No, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but the fact that where there's smoke, there's potentially fire. And I think that if these reports, because James Harden, he can be a free agent if he opts out at the end of this year. And who knows what's happening in Brooklyn with Kyrie, KD, and him. And he's not, I don't know. Some deeper stuff could be happening. I know Daryl Morey's obsessed with James Harden. So that would be his goal to try to get him on the Sixers. But I don't think it's going to happen. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's the NBA. Anything happens.
Right. Okay. So Sabonis's name comes up. Suddenly, you guys get James Harden and Damian Lillard. That's the point. Sabonis's name comes. That's the point. Sabonis's name comes up. Suddenly, you guys can have anyone. All right. Moving on. Let's get to our click it to pickets because we're already at 51 minutes here. How I knew it was gonna be gay. All right. So, who wants to do? Actually, I always do these, but I'm like I like my lean back in the chair here. Charlie, can you bring up the odds here?
Yeah.
And then we'll get to our. I already have my click it to pick it picked out. Do you guys? Are you guys?
I haven't even looked yet.
I have mine.
Okay.
I have mine.
Steelers at Vikings. Vikings 3.5 point favorites.
All right, so here's the thing. I just shit on the Vikings for about 15 straight minutes. Love the Vikings in this game. I seriously do. -3.
You clicking it to pick it?
No, I got another click it to
Okay.
pick it. But I love the Vikings. I might have to parlay Vikings and another team to like up my money because I can't lose. That's the problem. I can't lose, and so I must keep betting. That's the thing.
Ravens, Browns 2.5 point favorites.
Love the Ravens. I might have to do a three team parlay.
Okay. Jaguars, Titans 8.5 point favorites.
I mean, it very well could happen, but the Titans haven't really been playing well recently. But the Jags suck.
So where is this game?
Tennessee.
Now, Urban Meyer will go out and like get with some prostitute. So I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans. I don't feel confident about it though.
Raiders at Chiefs. Chiefs 9.5 point favorites.
Like the Raiders in this one. Just to cover, not to beat the Chiefs, but just to cover.
The Chiefs spanked them last game.
Yeah, they just played like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, but I just that was when Henry Ruggs news broke. and also I just watched the Chiefs versus the Broncos the entire game and I was not impressed by the Chiefs. Mani, who you got?
I'm going with the Chiefs. They're my Super Bowl pick. I'm
-9.5.
I mean, they're not my click it to pick it, but I mean, they just dogged them by like 30 points 2 weeks ago. I think.
Okay.
9.5 is pretty easy.
Okay.
For them.
It's not my click it to pick. Don't bet. I mean, I'm not betting on
Yeah.
it. So, you know, but if I had to, if you put a fucking gun to my head,
I'll go with
the
the
Raiders.
Chiefs. Yeah.
Saints.
I'm not going to bet against Kelsey, Hill, and Mahomes. But I'm just going to put it.
Yeah.
out.
Well, Kelsey had 20 yards last game, so.
Saints at Giants. Saints at Jets. Saints 6 point favorites.
I like the Jets. Not to win, to cover.
Honestly, I think it should be higher. I think it should be Saints like -8 or -9. The Jets are a bad team, and Taysom Hill, he's just gonna run the ball, and they'll just control the game clock and the time of possession, and they'll just dominate.
The problem is they know that Taysom Hill has a fucking missile on his finger, dude. Like he can't throw the ball.
That, but the Jets still won't be able to stop them, knowing that they're only going to run the ball.
I like the Jets. I like the Jets with the points. They're not going to win, but I like the Jets with the points.
Cowboys?
Charlie, you haven't been picking any of these.
Oh, I'm the reader.
Are you just going to tell us you're clicking to pick it then?
Yeah, and I haven't picked it yet.
Okay.
But in that game, I would take the Jets.
Oh, thank you.
To cover. Cowboys at football team. Cowboys 4-point favorites.
Love the football team.
Oh, okay. I was going to go with the Cowboys. They're my click it to pick it.
Oh my God. Here we go. You wanna bet?
I mean, I'm not gonna put money on it.
Why?
But
if you give me the odds that like DraftKings would.
No, I'll give you -4 right now.
Let me see. Because on here, I think it's -3.5. I know it's a push if it's -4, but -3.5. $10.
Yeah. I'll give you $10. Let's do $10 on that game. I like the football team.
All right, I'll take the Cowboys. I think that the Cowboys. I mean, the Redskins. I'm not sold on the Redskins. I don't even know who they just beat. Who did they beat?
The who?
The football team.
I knew it was gonna be you. Oh man, I like the football team. I'm not gonna lie, dude. And the Cowboys look bad versus the Saints. Real bad.
Yeah, I mean, this week. They'll turn it around. They've had 10 days to prepare and practice. I think they'll be good.
Falcons at Panthers. Panthers 2.5-point favorites.
Stay the fuck away from
me. Right?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Matt Ryan's the king. By the way, I'll just say this about Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's the king of the hurry-up offense when you're down by 20.
Seahawks.
That guy will hurry up the offense if you're down by 20. Did you watch that game versus the Tampa Bay Bucks? We were watching together. The guy's like, all right, come on, guys. You're down by 20. Why is this guy hurrying? All right. I'll take – you know what? Even though I just shit on him, I'm going to take the Falcons because I believe nothing in Cam Newton anymore.
Is Cam Newton starting for them? I thought they benched him.
Yes.
Oh.
Did they?
I know they benched him like last week when he went 5 for 20.
Charles, are they going with Cam?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I'm staying away from this game, but I would take the Falcons.
Seahawks at Texans. Seahawks 7.5-point favorites.
Yeah, the Texans suck. Seahawks. I don't.
The Seahawks
coming off a win.
Not my click it, but
I agree. Lions at Broncos. Broncos 7.5-point favorites.
Love the Broncos.
I think they'll win.
Lions suck.
The Lions suck, but I think it'll be less than 7. They'll lose, but it'll be less than 7.
Okay.
I like the Broncos winning huge in this game.
Giants.
Detroit got it out of their system. And now they'll suck again.
Giants at Chargers. Chargers 10.5 or 10-point favorites.
I like the Giants.
Is Mac Jones? Oh, not Mac Jones. Is Daniel Jones back? I know he was out.
That's what I think. I'm banking on that.
Oh, okay.
Fucking lock it in now, and then when Daniel Jones starts, we'll go back down to 6.
The Chargers are hard to predict, so yeah, 10.5 is a lot, so I'll go with the Giants.
Yeah, me too. Not my click it to pick it.
Niners at Bengals. Bengals 1-point favorite.
Oh, I love the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't trust Jimmy G. I think the Bengals will find a way. They struggled. Burrow was hurt, but I picked.
Dude, what an overreaction game. I mean, the 49ers don't have Debo again. Like, they don't have weapons.
I mean, Kittle went crazy. He had like 140 and 2
Oh,
touchdowns.
I know Kittle went crazy. I have Kittle on my fantasy team. Don't worry about Kittle, dude. I hope Debo stays out forever. But I'm just saying, like, you lose Fred Warner, you lose Debo, and yet Cincinnati, who has proven weeks prior, before this Chargers game, that they're a good football team. And if it's not for a Jamar Chase random drop and a few other things that happen, I guess what you could say is Joe Burrow's pinky is the factor. But it's like the Bengals are a better team. So it's like, I love the 49ers, though. I wouldn't hate it, and that's why it's not my click it to pick it. But I think this is like one of the easiest bets of the week. Bengals -1. Shit.
Yeah.
Bills at Buccaneers. Buccaneers -3.
Yeah, love the Bucks. Love it.
I think I'm gonna lock that in as my click it to pick it.
Not mine, but I love the Bucks in that one.
I know what yours is. You've been waiting for it. Sunday night. Bears at Packers.
No, it's not mine. But
Really?
Give me the line.
Packers 12.5.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but I like the Packers.
Yeah.
I like the
As
Packers.
Aaron Rodgers says, he owns them, so
yeah,
he sort of has to cover now.
I deleted that clip, or else I'd play it right now.
Rams at Cardinals Monday night. Cardinals 2.5-point favorites.
Yep, that's me. Cardinals are going to smoke the Rams. I love this bet. I love the Cardinals. They're my click it to pick it for the week. This is one of the easiest bets you'll ever make, actually. People are betting on the Rams. They don't know football, and that's why the Rams are that's why the Cardinals are only favored by 2.5. The Cardinals are a better team all across the board than the Rams. The Rams are not even close to the Cardinals. So I'm going to go ahead and bet this game. It was 3 when I was looking at it. So this just shows you the public is putting heavy money on the Rams. Dumb decision. Cardinals easily win this game by 7.
Yeah, I don't know. The Rams, they have the star players, but they always, like last week, they were down double. I don't know what the final score was, but they were down big and then just got some garbage time points.
The Rams?
Yeah, didn't. Oh no, they won.
No, they played the Jags
2 weeks ago against the Packers. Yeah.
It's like they're playing Trevor Lawrence, your guy with huge potential.
No, I remember 2 weeks ago against the Packers. I thought they were going to win that, but they always find a way to lose like big games, but beat up on the really bad teams and pad their stats. But they have the top players, but as a team, they're not as good as the Cardinals.
I always say don't bet on divisional games. I think.
Did you put a click in the ticket?
Yeah, I picked the
Bucks.
Bucks.
With the Bucks and.
You went with Bucks. Okay.
I think you may end up kicking yourself.
No, I love this. I love this one.
Playoff is.
I'm going 3-team parlay, by the way. No, I'm going 3-team parlay on this one. I'm going Ravens easily beat the Browns. Then I'm going obviously Cardinals versus the Rams. Who's my other one?
Was it football team or was it?
Oh, no, it wasn't the football team. Fuck.
Was it the Bengals?
No, Steelers, Vikings.
Oh, yes. Vikings. Vikings over Steelers. I love that 3-team parlay, and I know I'm going to get major odds on it, too. I could probably bet 100 to win 400 on that one.
Probably, yeah.
I'm going to lock that in. Vikings are going to cover versus the Steelers after a terrible loss versus Detroit. The Ravens will beat the fuck out of the Browns in Cleveland. And then the Cardinals is by Monday night, I'm just going to be cruising because the Cardinals are going to easily beat the Rams. Lock it in. But if you don't do my parlay, just do the Cardinals game. That's the one I feel the most confident about.
Are you taking spread in all those games, or
Yeah.
If you take the
Taking spread.
A 3-team parlay is plus 595. So bet 100.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'd win $595.
Yeah. Vikings
Love
minus 3, Cards minus 2, Ravens plus 2.5.
I'm doing it. That's a guaranteed. I mean, if you want to just go ahead and win $600, just go ahead and pull the trigger.
You have a chance of losing, though.
That's an amazing. Dude, I gotta text that right now. My buddy, who's my bookie, just had a baby, but I don't give a fuck. He's placing this bet for me. Plus 595. That's amazing.
Yeah, it depends on what book. On DraftKings, that's what it is right now. I mean, all spreads should be minus 110, but yeah.
That's amazing. That's gonna hit too.
Friday night.
Yeah, it's time. Hey guys, that was a great podcast tonight. We like really hit each section, and I think we did a good job. So here on the SVP, it is Tuesday night, but as we all know, it's always Friday night on the Sunday Punch podcast. So thank you for listening, and we'll go out on our classic outro.
Friday night, I'm thinking that we just might fly away to someplace they don't know who we are. Now I'm riding shotgun in your car. We drive through the city like explorers going 65. Flowing hair flying across your face. We left on Friday, now it's Saturday. Pressed jeans buttoned up, jeans iron slipping up. Red shoes walking slow, headphones blaring 3 stacks. Sunglasses flaring out, thick watch hanging low. Studded belt pulled taut, 3 stacks on the radio. Friday night, I'm thinking that we just might run away to some place we can be who we are. We can be who we are.